I started in 97 and I started law school in 2000.
Oh, that was quick.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How'd you do that?
Well, so again, it was I see something that I want to do, and I'm like, I fall in love with it, and then I want to accomplish that. So I would go to court all the time. I'd see all the attorneys there, and I'd sit there and kind of like lean back on, I could do that. I could do that, So I did the research and started doing, getting involved, taking the LSAT and finding out the schools that I wanted to go to, and then got accepted to DePaul University in Chicago and started doing that.
Good school.
So yeah, good school. And there was a couple of them, but I was like, DePaul has a good basketball team, so let's we'll go with that. Any college that has a good sports team is a good college.
Yeah. That's a thing. That's a great litmus test. If they got a good sports team.
Right. I don't care about anything else.
There,
right. Yes, absolutely.
Good vibe.
Right.
Sure.
So I ended up going to DePaul, and that's when I went to law school. And then I would just go to law school in the evening. I would work in the midnight shift at the police department. So I'd sleep during the day, get up, take the train into the city, go to law school, do my classes, take the train back, and then drive to work my midnight shift, come back home, go to sleep, do it all over again.
And study
somewhere
in between all of that.
Well, a lot of times, it was on the train. I'd either sleep or study on the train on the way in, so.
That's the thing, when you hear the story, when you're sitting there, and I hadn't been through that, it sounds exhausting and like overwhelming. And I'm sure people, that's the reason they don't try and do that. It's like, just study on the train while you're there. Do you have any time to do anything else for yourself?
No,
that's what you're doing. That is what you're doing for yourself, right? So when you love it that much, it's not, when you talk about it afterwards, the grind is there. And we kind of do that naturally so people understand how much, how hard it is and where you're sitting. That's important. But it's also important to know that it's just doing that same step every day. It's one day. I mean, yesterday's gone, tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Right. So you're putting out for one whole day of rest up. And that cycle that we put ourselves on with the clock, the sleep at a certain time, up at a certain time, at certain ages, you can switch that. Mm-hmm. And we do it in the military all the time.
Absolutely.
And
it's so not healthy.
It's not.
Yeah, but that's why you do it at those ages, right? Because you can take it.
The only regret in all of that I do have is the spending time with the family. Is that because a lot that gets sacrificed a lot when you're doing those things, and it's not just the lack of spending time with the family, but it's also the stress of going through all that. There were some stressful times. There were times where I didn't get a lot of sleep, and then I was just grumpy dad who didn't get enough sleep and needs to study and do whatever, That's not good for the kids, obviously, and obviously in hindsight, you think about that. And
all you had to do is break open a law book, start reading them, and they'd fall asleep, right?
Right, yeah.
That's what I thought. Like, come here, Dad's got to study.
Right. But I mean, at the time, you're thinking, I'm doing the best that I can, Ultimately, this is going to pay off for all of us. It's going to pay off for me. It's going to pay off for you guys, and it's going to be, it's going to be good. And that's my thought then. Still good intentions, but looking back, I probably could have done better as, spending time with the family and stuff like that and doing more.
Don't do that to yourself. Everyone says that. Every guy,
I know.
We all say that. I mean, that's sure. But
but I look back and I see how messed up my kids are now. But I'm just kidding.
We talk about it. It turned out exactly. It's all that hard work. You're doing it for the family.
Right.
This is the Team Never Quit podcast. So buckle up, Buttercup.